Okay, all right. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on live stream. Hope you're having a nice day. All right, let me just finish the setup and we'll begin. Let me just make sure everything is correct. Can you all hear me okay? I think everything should be working. All right, okay, great. I wish I could reduce the delay on this, but because there's like a 7 to 8 second delay. I put it on ultra low, but apparently that's still a bit big, but anyways, can't really change it, so okay. All right, so yeah, I've got the characters today again. Going to try to keep both the characters and the other ones, keep them both running at the same time, and then we'll see if that causes any problems. I don't think so. I think it should be good. Just in case you don't know, the YouTube API has a certain limit per day, so my question is, will I reach the limit by having the character and the game online at the same time? I'm not sure, but well, we shall see. Okay. All right, so let me take out the background and let's get to work. Okay, so actually let's begin with a poll. So, have you seen the previous live streams on this game? So just a yes and a no, just to know how many people here might already be familiar with what I'm trying to build here. So let's just see, and everything else should be good. Got all messages, names, things. Okay, great. All right, so there you go. Very nice poll. Go ahead and vote in chat. So I'm going to vote myself. So, and me, vote 1. All right, okay. Everything else looks good, so ready to get to work. Okay. And knows how to control. Yeah, in these ones, you don't control. They just randomly move left and right, to the background, to the foreground. And yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so let me start up the game. Actually, I didn't test this, so I'm not sure if it's all going to break right now. I don't think so. Ah, crap! Well, that's stupid. Sorry about that. I accidentally automatically just closed the poll, so I couldn't really see that. But I'm looking in chat, and there's quite a lot of vote too. So this should hopefully be interesting. Okay, so that one, and yep, okay. Alright, so apparently both the game and the thing seem to be working at the same time, so that's good. Alright, my character looks nothing like me. Yeah, once again, that's still in my to-do list, but yeah, eventually you'll be able to customize them. Eventually when I find the time, it's always a question. Okay, so, but from what I saw from the votes, apparently a lot of people haven't seen this game yet, so let's see, just a brief explanation of what I'm trying to build here. So, got a bunch of characters, so by typing something in chat, you don't need to type a special command or anything, so just by typing anything, the character shows up. And then essentially over here, I'm controlling the game here, and all of you are kind of like little minions, so kind of like a multiplayer Pikmin. I guess that's kind of one way to look at it. So I control, and I say, for example, over here we've got things that represent some resources. So this one is meant to represent some stone, and this some wood. And up here I've got some wood and some stone. So I place down some gather flags. So just click, I'm going to place one there, one there. Now you in chat type in gather 1, and your character will move in there and start gathering, in this case, stone. And type gather 2, and we'll move down there and start gathering some wood. And there you go. We got a bunch of people going there, so a bunch of people gathering, and there you go. And the rolling animation, that's just a debug, just see things. So there you go. A lot of people mining some stone, a bunch of people mining some wood, and yep, just like that. All right, I gotta say that's quite a lot of people already. I actually don't know what is the max, but everything seems pretty solid. So let's hope nothing breaks. Okay, yeah, everybody's spinning. All right, so that's essentially the gist of the game. That's what I'm trying to build here. And then, of course, got all these zombies. But before that, actually, there's also the ability to place down some buildings, so I can place down some barracks and a storage. Now the buildings don't do anything yet. Now these are just in construction state, so they need to be constructed first. And place down the flags. Although actually, as I was working on this, I lowered the amount necessary to build, so this is going to get constructed pretty instantly if someone goes in there. So go ahead, someone try to build those. Someone teach me what's happening. You just type in the commands. Oh, look at that. There you go. Yeah, built very quickly. But yeah, this one takes a bit longer. I was essentially playing around. So if you were following the previous ones, you might see that this looks a bit different. So I was kind of working on this on these past few days, just polishing a bit off stream and so on. Wow, this is quite a lot of people. Okay. Yeah, it's fun. Everything's working, nothing is breaking, so as long as that happens, pretty good. And the last thing that I was working a while ago, which I'm not sure if it's going to work out correctly, is the defend flag. Just doing some logic for defending. So if you go into defend, they should start punching the zombies, dealing damage, and then we shall see if it all breaks. Okay, so go ahead. We've got some people going into defend, so they go into defend position, and then they look for a nearby enemy unit, and there you go, just punching that zombie. And also added a bunch of interesting particles. All right, look at that. Yeah, those zombies are definitely way too tough, but yep, all the logic is indeed working. There you go, all of them. Yeah, just punches right now, punches them, and there you go. There we have it. There's always an issue. All right, so obviously you gotta fix this. Or was it? Yeah, trying to access something that is already broken. That is the issue. But yep. So right now, there you go. All right, but the basic logic is indeed working. So all the flags, we got the building, we've got the gathering, so already got a whole ton of things. How can we join the game? You just type in something. Oh, yeah, crap. All right, there you go. Wow, 2 super chats. Or actually it's 1, but it's on both overlays. Thank you for the super chats. Yep, these are Minecraft textures. I actually made a video quite a while ago on how to make the Minecraft crafting system. And that's where I got these textures. I use that in those. It's actually super useful using scriptable objects, which I'm also using in this project. All right, so there you go. This is quite a bit busy already. Look at that. All right, but it's great. There's over 100 people on the stream. I'm not sure if there's 100 people over here. I didn't have a... Oh, and by the way, this thing over here is kind of the what do you call it? The leaderboard. So essentially, by doing some actions, you get a bunch of points. Now, this is not sorted. There's no total, but yep, that's pretty much what it is. All right, so everything worked. So that's my little introduction on what the game is meant to be like. So you got mining, defending. Look at that, tons of people defending. So if any zombie showed up, they would get messed up pretty quickly. All right, great. So everything is working so far. All right, so let me just see and look at what is the next task. So, all right, I was working on the enemy manager, so I guess maybe one interesting thing would be to try to handle some waves. So spawn a bunch of enemies, and then some of them will come from the top, some of them from the bottom, and so on. So, yeah, I think I'll try to implement that. Oh, and actually, first of all, try to fix that bug. All right, so let's get to work, and over time, I'll try to keep track of the comments, try to answer questions. Someone asking how difficult would it be to make a smelting system similar to Minecraft. I never really played much Minecraft, so I'm not sure what the smelting system looks like, but I did make the crafting system. So if it is the same as that, then you can just search on my channel for Minecraft crafting, and you'll see it essentially combines multiple things into recipes and comes with an output. Very interesting system. Okay, all right, so let's get to work. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so let's fix this bug. So where did this happen? Let me just read behind the things. We'll be streaming on Tuesday. No idea. These aren't really scheduled, so maybe not. I really want to stream more so that I can get to work on this game. I've got lots of ideas, so I'd love to build on this. So hopefully a bit more live streams. Okay, so let me see. The issue is on the punch animation. Right, it's in here. So it's in here that you deal some damage. Then this guy calculates the position. Right, so... Okay, so essentially the problem is that it plays the animation for throwing a punch. Yep, there you go. It plays the punch animation, and then between when it starts the punch and when it actually lands the punch, the enemy is being destroyed. So it's in here that I need to check if the enemy is not null and the enemy dot is not dead. So if the enemy is not null and not dead, then deal him some damage. Otherwise, do that. Okay, so just a quick test to see if that bug has been fixed. Okay, so let me start listening and place down just a defend flag just in here. So just go ahead, take down those zombies so I can see. Alright, there you go. Well, I can also play myself. So if I do defend one, there you go, my character. Let me go, there you go. Someone's already punching. There he goes, that zombie. He's got way too much health. Yeah, balancing is going to be a very tricky thing. Balancing this game, depending on the number of people in chat. Oh crap, I can see that poor guy is being down to it. And there you go, he's destroyed and no errors. Alright, so the logic did work. Okay, that's a new one. The chat bubble. What did someone type? Okay. Alright, apparently something happened. I'm not sure what. What happened? Was it an emoji? No, there's no... Ah, crap, now I gotta fix this because this apparently broke that. Okay, 1 second. Apparently somebody typed something that... Was it that? No, I don't think it was that. Or maybe it was that. Huh. Maybe that's the issue? Okay, sorry, just 1 second, because yeah, the character's broke. Apparently, huh. Alright, sorry, 1 second. And sorry, I saw the super chat. Can you teleport to certain players? Not right now, but I definitely want to expand upon this. And yep, having teleporters would definitely be an interesting thing. So thanks for the super chat, and I'm sorry that it didn't show up on screen, but apparently someone accidentally broke the characters. Okay, sorry, just gotta so the issue is that I got an argument out of range. So I think, well, that's a strange bug. I think maybe if the characters have exactly 60, could that be it? Okay, that seems very strange, but... Okay. Alright, that was an unexpected issue, so now I gotta restart the characters. Let me open them up again. Let me open up the other one, the control, and just move them to the side. And did... Ah, crap, because I didn't fix it on that one. Ah, okay, that's unintended, so... Ah, crap, because I gotta now open up the other project, because that is... Or maybe just wait a bit. Okay, so let's see if it's fixed on this one. Sorry, just an issue that is apparently breaking everything. So let me... Yep, and it's still... So what is the issue? Because I'm doing an index, and then I'm doing a substring, so this one is out of range. How is it out of range? What range am I using? Okay, I have to say this is unexpected, but I guess that's what game dev is like. Things happening unexpectedly. Okay, so let's... Come on, come on. Okay, -1. So... Huh. Okay, that's odd. So apparently someone Alright, this is a very strange bug. Essentially, someone typed in a message with 60 characters, but without a single space in it. So this is having trouble finding a space, but that's very strange, because I'm not seeing anything typed in chat that went for 60 characters without a space. Anyways, that's a fun bug, I guess. So here just if space index equals -1, so if it didn't find a space bar, just put that one to that one. So this is essentially just so that it doesn't break a message in the middle of a word. But apparently that caused issues. So like this, now it should be working. So start listening, and there you go. So is that the issue? No, that couldn't be, because that has lots of space, so that's very strange. Alright, so yeah. Thanks for the super chat. At least that one did work. Just making sure that it's okay. But now I gotta go and add the fix to my other character. So just 1 second. Alright, okay, anyways, in the meantime, while that is opening, let me place down a build flag, not a build flag, a defend flag. Right, there you go. Go ahead and defend. And with this whole thing, I totally forgot what was I? Yeah, that one, which the bug has been solved, I think. So yeah, they chase down the zombies, they deal a whole bunch of damage, and the zombies can die. Okay, let me just apply the fix on the other one. So I just gotta, yeah, just apply the fix on the other one so that it doesn't break everything. Alright, there you go. Look at that. The zombie defense, all of that is working correctly. Okay, let me just make the other build. There you go. The blood is being a bit way too split, it seems. But so I gotta work on that. Anyways, put the other one on build. And meantime, let me go up here. Where did I place the blood? Let me go into the enemy blood particle system. And it was in here that I was playing around with this a while ago. So let's put it like 15 and a bit less speed. So between 7 and 12. Maybe something like that. Alright, I think the characters are finally working again. Alright, that was a bit unintentional. Let me just lower the where's the live chat enemy, and up here, instead of having 100, let's put them with just 50. Okay, right, and the characters are back to working. Okay, well, look at that. I mean, every time that a bug happens, it's the last time that a bug happens, so that's good. Alright, so the other thing seems to be all working correctly, so I can see everything, all the characters, no more bugs, no more anything. Alright, that's good. Alright, so go ahead, go and defend. And there you go, punching those zombies and the blood particles and so on, and there you go. Alright, so that looks fun. Okay, what was I working on? Right, getting to work on making some sort of enemy wave manager. So in order to dynamically spawn the zombies, there you go, look at them. And that poor zombie's got like 10 people behind him. Poor guy, he has no chance. Okay, so I'm doing a Unicode test. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one already, all of those exploits are no longer functional. Look at that, that poor guy is gone. Does this break it? Nope, apparently not. Alright, okay. Huh, that's funny. Does that break it in this one? It doesn't show the emoji, but in that one it does. I wonder if that's the font size, because that one was slightly bigger. So that's interesting. How'd you do both 2D and 3D? Well, it's just how the camera is positioned, so I can actually show the scene view. And there you go, look at that. The characters, they are essentially just flat sprites, and the world itself is 3D. So the characters are just using a basic, here's the character, look at the body, it's just a mesh filter, mesh render. So it's a flat mesh, and then the camera is pointing in an interesting direction, they're all facing, and there you go. It's a real nice look. So it's a mix of 2D and 3D. Personally, I think it looks great. All right, okay, so let's get to work. So, building a enemy wave manager. All right, so let's get to work. So first of all, let's create the enemy wave manager and just back into that one. Okay, create the game object and add my enemy wave manager. All right. So let's go. For an enemy wave manager, first of all, a singleton. So enemy wave manager, my instance with a public get and a private set. Okay. And on awake, just do instance equals this. Okay, so let's think of how we're going to do this. Okay, so public void spawn wave, or maybe, no, this one should probably, well, sure, yeah. Private void spawn wave. So it's going to spawn a wave of enemies. And for the enemies, I refactored the code quite a bit while I was working on this a while ago. So it's on the enemy manager. Already got a super useful create enemy. What did I call it actually? Okay, apparently it's not create, it's not, what did I call this? No, it was create. I'm accessing another one? Nope. All right, I'm accessing the instance. Okay. So create an enemy, so spawn wave. Let me think about the various wave spawn points. So let's do a private a list of vector3 for the spawn point list. Okay, and make this a serialized field so I can set it in the editor. All right. So I choose a spawn point, so vector3 for spawn point, and let me choose a random one. So go into the spawn point list, choose a random.range between 0 and the spawn point list.count. Okay, so I get a spawn point, then I go in there and I spawn it on the spawn point. And does this return an enemy? Actually, I'm not too sure. Nope, I didn't. But yeah, let me return a live chat enemy, even though right now I don't need it, but okay. All right, so here I've got the live chat enemy. Okay, so anyways, just spawn a wave. So private void update, let's do it by debug. So if input get key down, let's say pressing the T key. Pressing the T key, let's spawn a wave. Okay, do I just spawn one? No. For I equals 0 and less than 10, I plus plus, and let's spawn 10 enemies. Okay. So spawn 10 enemies, even though they're going to be all directly on top of them. Why don't you use the new input system? Well, just because I haven't spent the time to learn how it works yet. It does seem very useful, but it's also a lot more complex. So especially for simple things like this, where I just want a very quick input test, then doing the old one seems, much simpler, even though the new one is obviously much more capable. Okay, so let me go into the utils class, get a random direction multiplied by random.range between, let's say, 0f and 10f, just to spread them out a bit. Okay, so I should be able to press the T key and spawn 10 enemies. All right, let me just set that up. How do you do the thing with chat with those mini characters? Well, look on my channel for the transparent Unity window. That's how I've got this overlay. And then it's really just the YouTube API. That's pretty much it. Okay, so let me get a pointer here just to get a position. Okay, sure. About there. So just on 50 on the Z. Ah, crap. I can click through it. Sorry. Okay, spawn position. Just put it on 50. Okay, so I'm going to press a button, and all of those are going. Let me just hide these. Okay, so I should be able to say pointer just so it's nice and useful. Even though that one is, yeah, the. Okay, anyways. All right, so let's see if I can spawn a button and see a bunch of enemies spawn. So press a button, and nope, got an error. Where's the error? Unassigned reference on the assets. Which one? Did I not add the unit enemy? Apparently not. Nope. Okay, so let me add, where's my prefab for the unit enemy? Drop down. Okay. All right, so let's go. Press T, and there you go. 10 enemies. Are they way too big? I think they are way too big. Did I not move the? Well, that's interesting. Yeah, these are on 0.14 scale, and this one is not on 0.2. Okay, because that seemed a bit strange. Okay. All right, so let's see. Press T. And there you go, got all the enemies. So let's start listening in live chat. Let's move a bunch, even though, oh crap, there's the collider ends in there, so I gotta fix that one. So let's go, see anybody who wants to defend from the enemies. There you go, someone going. Can you please show the mouse movement script? I've done a dedicated tutorial on it. If you search for mouse position or mouse 2D or 3D, you'll find the video where I cover. It's essentially just a raycast. There's a collider on the floor, and that's how it's identifying the position. There you go. Look at all those enemies. Now, of course, I still need to have the enemies destroying the players. So that's going to be the next thing. All right, but yeah, so far, the logic is indeed working. So I can press the T and spawn a ton more enemies. Way too many. All right. Watch the video for the movement script. It's a mouse 3D. It's very simple, so just watch the video and I explain everything here. It's really just a raycast, doing a raycast, finding out where it hits, and that's pretty much it. Very simple. All right, so there you go. Tons of people, all of them destroying the enemies, all of them go for the closest, and the enemies are doing all of that. Okay. Now that I've got a wave being spawned, what does defend 1, 2, or 3? The commands are based on what I put on the flag. So on this one, if you type in !defend 1, your character will come here and start defending this area. And then I can place a bunch more, and each of them has a unique name. So you can go and defend this area or this area. So now the idea is going to be that a bunch of zombies come from the north, a bunch from the west, a bunch from the east, and so on. And then I gotta place down a bunch of defend points, and you all gotta defend all of that. And of course, I also add a simple zoom on the last while I was working on it this morning. So yeah, that's interesting. I can see the whole thing. Zoom in and out. There you go. What are the numbers on the left? Those are the scores for each individual person. And by the way, if you're watching this, if you have my complete courses, just please write a review because it really helps. Because on Udemy, the courses the rankings are based on reviews. So if you have, please write a review. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, all right. So with that, let's spawn a bunch more zombies. Okay, so let me think what's the next thing. So I've got some zombies being spawned. Now they need to go and destroy something. So let me think of what am I going to work on. Right, yeah. Someone asking, can I become idle? Well, not idle, but if you go and do something else, if you go up here into gather and gather, you'll be essentially canceling the defend order, and then by doing the build flag into barracks and so on. So essentially idle itself, I don't think there's much use to it, but for doing all of this, yeah. Essentially you do one action at a time and you can swap it out and so on. Yep, YouTube live chat is connected. It's a very interesting idea. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Grid system to place flags. No, I don't think so. I think on this one, making it more freeform makes more sense than making it specifically on a grid. If you do UML before development, do you mean for designing things? Nope, not really. I just design on paper. I come up with a bunch of ideas, a bunch of rough outlines, so I never do a massive game design document. So it's really just start off with some ideas and then get to work. That's pretty much it. I don't have a very formal process. Okay, anyways, all of this is working. All of it pretty good so far. So, well, why don't I try to make some sort of win condition so it actually works. So, okay, first of all, let's make the enemies attack some sort of headquarters. Okay, so let me define a basic headquarters building. So how am I going to do that? Well, if I copy one of these, that's probably good enough. Except it won't be built by default. So the building constructed the HQ. Let me just swap out the visual. Can you make something to kill the little characters? Well, eventually the zombies will be aggressive, so yep, eventually that will happen. Okay, the HQ. Just set this up, and for the HQ, maybe a nice blue. Okay. All right, so this is the fixed HQ that you kind of have to defend. That's pretty much it. But actually on the building constructor, yeah, right, because I made the building manager. But let me go into instances. Yeah, I just did the building construction manager, so I don't have an HQ. Okay, but for now, let's make it super basic. So just put it here. So private transform for the building HQ. Just make it a serialized field. Just get the building HQ, and then let me do a public transform. Get the building HQ, and crap. And I just return that, the building HQ. Crap. Okay, good. All right, so I got the building HQ. Let me just assign the reference, and essentially I want the enemies to go and try to get that, so just drag my reference. All right, so now let me go into the enemy, so the live chat enemy, into the AI module for the enemy idle. Actually that's interesting. Do I, yeah, probably better just duplicate that. So let me go here, instead of modifying the enemy idle, let's say the enemy attack HQ, something like that. Okay, so this is the AI enemy attack HQ, and I'm going to want the enemy to attack the HQ. Very basic. Start position, yeah, I don't need any of this. Nope. So just time delta time, nope, I don't need any time on this. I just want the enemy to move towards the HQ. So the HQ, vector 3 for the HQ position. And let me go into the live game, access the static instance, and then get the building HQ and get the position for that one. All right, so this is the HQ position, and that's where I want to go. Sure, no randomness, just directly on top of it. Okay. For the connection, it's really just the YouTube API. That's pretty much it, or the Twitch API, sure, depending on that. But yeah, it's actually quite simple. I might do a dedicated video on it, but yeah, it is pretty simple. Okay, anyways, so enemy attack. Let me go into the live chat enemy. On awake, actually let me make a private void start, and just on start, I want to set the AI module, make a new enemy attack HQ, pass in this, and so on. Okay, so now the enemies should be able to move and attack the HQ. Well, they're not really going to attack, they're just going to move. But that should be good enough. So just testing, just press on the T and the enemy spawn, and yep, they are indeed going towards the HQ. Okay, so that's good. Let me just spread them out a bit more on the enemy wave manager. Let's put them 20 units apart, just so they're not directly on top. And of course, the issue is that they're going to be attacking the HQ, but they're going to ignore the people. So, okay, well, anyways, let's place down a defend flag in there, another one there, and another one there. Well, there you go, listening to live chat. So go ahead, some people start, oh crap, what happened? I don't know. Some people start to go on defend 1, defend 2, and so on. All right, now I'm going to spawn some zombies. And there you go, they're all coming in. And these people are on defend 1, and they go there and they take them down. And these are idle, waiting for another wave, but right now they're only coming from the center. And there you go, the enemies, they really just come there, but okay. All right, so the logic does work. Instead of the zombies staying in there, they spawn, and then they move for the HQ. All right, so there you go. Okay, now of course the next task is for the zombies to actually attack the units. That's actually going to be a tricky one. Look at that, tons of people. Tons of battle happening there. Look at that. Okay, all right. So let me think. How am I going to make the? Because I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with when a player dies. I'm thinking about some sort of respawn timer, or maybe have some other characters act like medics and something like that. And there you go. Well, there are more of them. Okay, so anyways, but obviously they do need to go towards the enemies. But yeah, the core of the game, the core interaction is quite interesting, so that's great. Okay. Right, so let's make the and actually where did I put my pointer? But it actually spawned them more on the 40. And actually the other thing that I saw, which is where's my mouse? The mouse plane. Yeah, this is the one that I need to increase because this wasn't being big enough. Okay. So for the spawn point on the enemy wave manager, not the enemy wave. No, it is this one. Yeah. Let's put it on 40. Then one on minus 40. So actually let me hide the all of the walls here. Just because right now there's no pathfinding. So on the enemy wave manager, put that one on minus 40. Is this one on 0? It is. So actually just minus 40 on the X. And then a plus 40 on the Y. All right. Okay. So I do want the enemies to stop, otherwise this whole thing doesn't quite work. So let's think, how am I going to do this? Because I've got the enemy attack HQ, but with this they are going directly for the... I'm trying to think, do I swap out different AI modules, or do I put it more on each model? How do you do this? People on screen. Search on my videos for Unity Transparent. And in there I made a tutorial on how I got the overlay working. Okay, so let's... Alright, let's try to do something. Because actually, do I have a list? I'm not sure that I do have a list. Do I? No, in here I do have a list. A list of the closest characters. But... could I... Alright, this is... Alright, obviously later on I'm going to have to refactor this whole thing, but for now, just this way should work. So let me go on to this guy. Alright. Okay, so this is going to return a live chat character single. So live chat character single list. Live chat character single. All right. So this one gets me the closest. So now I can go into the enemy AI. I'm thinking that maybe this one should be the idle, actually. Yeah, actually, maybe it should be, now that I think about it. So maybe on the enemy, for the AI module, instead of making the enemy idle, let me make this one the idle. And then let me make another one for attacking nearby. Okay, let me try to do that one. So, well, actually let me duplicate, it's a bit easier. So the enemy attack units, so it's going to be a different AI module. So the enemy attack units. All right, so you take that one. And then on update, I'm going to go into the live chat characters in order to get the instance and get the closest. So get the closest to the live chat enemy dot get position, the closest to this position on a float. What am I going to call it? Max find target distance. Almost 10 units, something like that. Okay, so find the closest. This will return a live chat character single. So if this one is not null, then I want to attack this character. attack this character. Okay, so for that, we make a private void, private enum, a basic state machine, private state. Okay, just making a bunch of states. So first of all, idle. Second, moving to attack unit, and then idle, I guess, or maybe attacking. Right. So up here, a switch on the state. And in case I'm on idle, then I want to find the closest target. All right. And then if I do find one, so actually as a member variable. So if I do find one, then I want to swap out the state. So here state equals state.idle. Then down here attack this character. So state equals state dot moving to attack the unit. Private. Okay. Right, so I do that, then K is moving to attack the unit. All that I'm going to do is go and move. Actually, did I make that? Move to? I did. Nice. So live chat character single, and I'm going to get the position. Didn't I? Ah, crap. That one dot get position. Okay, move towards that. Actually, yeah, I'm writing all of this, but I could really just copy the fin logic. Yeah, actually this is going to be the pretty much the exact same thing that I'm going to do. So moving to the unit, and yep. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I can just pretty much copy all of this code or not. I'm not entirely sure, but let's see. Okay, so I move towards that position. Sure. I find the attack distance. Just make a private vector3 get position, return live chat enemy dot get position. Okay, so do that, state attacking. And actually like this, it should already be working. I use the live chat enemy, but I move towards that one. Yep, exactly. Then I test distance for that one. Then I tell this guy to stop moving. And then, yeah, because this is all the complete opposite of what I was doing previously. So I get the character base on the enemy. And then I'm going to deal damage. In this case, there's no score. There's none of this. So just the enemy. I get that one. If it is not actually right now, don't deal any damage. None of that. So just. Okay. All right. So let me just, because yeah, I need to essentially have the exact same logic that I've got on this one. So obviously a ton of code duplication that I'm going to have to obviously clean up. But do I not have a character base here? I should. Okay. Just getting my character base. 'Cause I don't, yeah, okay. Right. Alright, okay, so that was a lot just to try to make the enemy attack, and on the enemy manager, nope, on the enemy itself. Where is that? Over here. Alright, so on awake, on start, let's set up set AI, and I'm going to set the AI and load up the enemy attack units module, just like this. Okay, that was quite a lot of code, so let's is this the last video of this series? Nope. This game is pretty complex, so I have no idea how long it will take for this whole thing to finish. Okay, so let's, oh crap, because I had all the other ones. Oh boy. There you go. Bunch of people joining. Let me go into the flag defend. One there, one there, one down there. Now let's spawn some enemies. Where do they come? There they go. And, oh, right, they're not. Okay, some of you go over to defend 3. Because, yeah, right now they're not going to attack they're not going to attack the headquarters. So they're only possibly, let's see if they get close enough to that one. Oh, come on, you gotta get a bit closer. Somebody get to this edge. Because this is random. Oh, there you go. Okay, close enough. All right, so the logic for finding the closest and attacking, that logic is indeed working. So if I put another flag defend right in there you go. All right, so now I just have to combine... ooh, but are they playing the animation? Actually, I don't think so. Yeah, right. So the animation is a bit bugged, but they are no longer just driving non-stop until that one. Yeah, why is the animation slightly bugged? That's strange. No, but that one did work. Huh. Yeah, the zombies are getting melted. Poor zombies. Alright. Okay, so yeah, now I just need to somehow combine the AI for attacking units with the AI for attacking the headquarters. Okay, let me think of how am I going to handle that. I mean, because I guess one way... essentially this one is the idle. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Okay, I mean, could I just... Alright, let me think. Just the simplest way that I can get this working right now. Later on, of course, clean this up. But for now, if I just do a function periodic, super useful function. So if I just do this and on every second, I don't know, every second try to set the AI to that AI module, and then on this AI module, if there is a character, then you attack, and if not, no character in range. If not, then let me go into the live chat enemy and remove the AI. So essentially every second I'm trying to add the AI. Now this might break quite a lot of things, but well, let's see if it works. All right. Okay, let's start listening. And actually, let me spawn an enemy. Where it is. There you go. All right, so they are moving there. Let's see if they try to attack. And there you go. There you go. People being attacked. Okay, so it's not the best logic, but it kind of works. So put one defend there, another one there, another one there, and another one there. Even though I actually got to put one in the middle as well. Or maybe not, or yeah, I kind of do. Well, if they follow, then it kind of works. Now they've got way too much health, but yeah. Alright, so yeah, but just like this already, it's already kind of thing. What are views on 2021.1? I don't know. I always stick with the LTS, so I still haven't touched Unity 2021. So eventually on next March, I'll probably check that out. Until then, I will be using the LTS version. Super stable. It's got all the features I want, so pretty great. All right, so yeah, like this, the logic is working. So I spawn some more enemies. Where are they? Where are they? There you go. Look at that. All right. So I can spawn a bunch of enemies. They spawn on various places. So essentially the idea is, of course, they won't be spawned over time. And then I, as the player, I place down the flags. And then I ask for all of your help, so all of you go and defend on the place where they're attacking. So essentially need a bunch of walls, a bunch of defenses, and so on. So yeah, I guess that's the thing that I'm going to do before the next live stream, trying to make some, adding some pathfinding, because yeah, like this, yeah. But yeah, the base logic is indeed working, so I can place down some gather flags. So you can gather wood and stone. Then I can place down a storage. That's a logic that I still haven't done. Having to make a storage and then a barracks. So maybe it's that. Maybe when a player takes way too much damage, maybe they go into the barracks in order to get healed. So yeah, look there. Someone gathering some stone, someone gathering some wood, and there you go. Alright, so yeah, like this already got quite a bit of the game working. Okay, so let's think of what am I going to handle next. So the AI defend is already working pretty well, yeah. All right. Yep, got a nice spin. Yeah, it's a fun debug temporary animation. Yeah, it's fun. So now, all right. What's with the spinning animation? It's just a debug animation, just to know that they are gathering. Obviously, in the final version, it will be a proper mining animation. But yeah, how can I join? You just type in anything, and yep, goes like that. All right. Okay, right. So let me spawn some more zombies. How about I make a simple minimap? Because whenever I spawn them, I never see them. So that would be an easy one. Yeah. All right, so let me implement just a very quick minimap. So let's do that. All right, so let me go into the canvas. Create an empty game object, a minimap UI. All right, let me go to it, put it in 2D. Okay, now inside, let's add a UI image. Actually, it's not an image, it has to be a raw image for the way that I'm going to build this. A raw image, all right, and put it stretch to occupy. Okay, and for the minimap, maybe I can create it on the lower left corner. Then I just got the start listening button, so let me just place this maybe a bit more like that, because that one is just temporary. So okay, 200, is that way too big? Let me see. That's pretty good. Okay, so just a raw image. Let me add just a nice outline, a nice shadow. So just like this. Okay, so I've got the minimap UI. Even though, yeah, I actually don't need a script, don't need anything. Okay, so let me make the minimap camera. Create a new camera. Let's put it on orthographic. Just make sure that it doesn't have anything. Okay, 0, 0, 0. And for the camera, I gotta point it down, so 90 degrees, and push it upwards, and make it quite a bit bigger. Okay, put it on 20, even though that doesn't matter. All right, okay, so now for rendering, now for a minimap, I did a very detailed minimap tutorial. If you want to search for the video, it's super simple, really. It just takes a, where's the render texture? Minimap render texture. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to make this as the minimap camera. And this one, instead of rendering onto the screen, you're going to render onto the minimap texture, okay? And then on the canvas UI, on the raw image, just show this image. All right, and just like this, it's already working. Let me see if it does work. And yep, everything does work. So if I place down some flags, yeah, it's not supposed to be visible, but yep, okay. Now, of course, for the minimap, I don't want it to show the default stuff. So, where's the, the culling mask. There you go. So put it on nothing, and let me go into the units. Where's the units? Unit chat. Let me add a new 2D sprite. Flip it upwards and put this one on new layer. So this is going to be the mini map layer. And let me put it on that one. And for units, put them in green. So 5, I have no idea if that's too big or too small. Maybe it's just right. Okay, so this is the mini map icon. Then let me go into the enemy and also place a minimap icon. 0, 0, just make sure. 2020, maybe. Okay, so just setting this up. And for the unit enemy, let me actually make it in kind of a red. All right, and just one last one on the building constructed HQ. Let me also add another one. And put this one 1010, maybe. Why is the cube offset? Or isn't? Oh, right, that one is offset. Okay, all right, so let's just make sure, see if the minimap is working. Where's my minimap? Is it minimap camera? Right, so nothing and show the minimap. Okay. Oh, that is way too big. Okay, anyways, let's see. Oh, right, I gotta remove this from the thing, and I gotta make sure the minimap camera for the background type, a solid color. Put on a dark like that. Okay, and on the main camera, so almost ready for testing, just on the main camera, make sure that it does not render the minimap. All right, okay. So this seems way too small, but sure, so let me put down some, well, first start listening. There you go, some people joining, and let's put a defend there, in there, and there. Okay. Now let me, there you go, already see some unit icons and a bunch of enemies down here. All right, so yep, there you go, that's a very basic minimap. It's a bit way too tiny and the enemies are way too big, but yep, there you go, the logic does work. Okay, let me just swap this out a bit. So first of all, on the HQ, let me make this a tiny bit smaller, so maybe just a 7 and change the color. Okay, then on the enemies, make it just a bit, I think this was actually correct, but okay. And lastly, on the minimap camera, make more like 50. Oh, right, another thing, just I was going to add it on my main camera, but maybe not. Okay. Oh, right, there's the warning, because I gotta go into my minimap camera and just get rid of the audio listener. Okay, all right. So let's start listening. There you go, got a bunch of people, got a bunch of icons, nice. Please hear me. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to work and pay attention to chat at the same time. It's a bit tricky. All right, spawn some enemies. There you go, got some enemies from the right side. Here they come. And spawn some more. Now they come from the left side. All right, so yeah, look at that. A very basic minimap made in about 30 seconds. Do you know about Death Stranding? Yep, great game. I really enjoyed it. Very nice, very chill, relaxing. I love games about making some elaborate fetch quests. It's always, some people find it very boring. I find it very appealing. Just go from A to B and transport something. So yeah, for me, really like it. Make some more tutorials on dots. Yep, eventually when I do have the time. Yep, that is part of the goal. Okay, look down. The animation's like, why is that the enemy is the issue because I'm constantly adding and removing the AI? I don't think so. Because I do, oh, what? Oh, right, never mind. Because I gotta go into state.attacking. Otherwise, state.attacking doesn't work. All right, but yeah. There you go, look at all those people taking down all those zombies. Boom, they all go. And the minimap does work. So I can now spawn a bunch more, and there you go. Now I got 10 more zombies coming from this direction. So yeah, if they come from multiple places at once, then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going to have to need to see how far they come. They gotta come from really far away in order to essentially give me the time to place down a defend flag and give chat the time to go and defend a different position. So yeah, this game, it's a very nice idea, but yeah, it's gonna have some very interesting design challenges. Right now I'm still just building the skeleton, just building the base thing. So right now everything is relatively simple, but yep, soon enough it's going to start to become quite a bit trickier. Okay, all right. Okay, so I got a basic minimap, so that's fun. All right, and my voice is already starting to get messed up, so I'm gonna go drink some water. So be back in 30 seconds. All right, be right back. All right, okay. Right. So, well, how about I work a little bit on the leaderboard just to sort and so on. By the way, again, like the pop-up says, if you do have my courses, please write a review because the number of reviews helps in getting the courses some more visibility. So if you did get them already, please write a review, and if not, then check them out. They are much more in-depth, much more of a guided path than the separate tutorials. So if you want something more guided, then getting a course is super useful. Okay, let me just see if that bug has been fixed. I just got to make the attacking state, because the problem is they were defaulting onto the add-on state, so constantly trying to go back and deal damage again. So like this. Now, just go and place the defend right down the middle. Start listening and spawn some enemies. And there you go. And yep, there you go. Now the zombies, they are repeating a little bit. Oh, right. I think it's the issue with how I set up the... There you go. So now everybody's punching everybody. All right, so that's fun. Okay. Yeah, they are repeating a little bit. I think it's the animation module being swapped out. I think that's the thing. But yeah, there you go. Spawn some more. Actually, 10 zombies is way too much. Let me just swap this out because this is just 5 of them afterwards. Okay. Character customization. Yep, that is part of the plan. There. All the zombies, all those people. Yep. Okay, alright. So let me just quickly work on the leaderboard because I think that's going to be a fun thing. How do I join? You just type in anything and you show up on screen. That's pretty much it. There's nothing special, no special commands. Oh, right, let me just quickly check my YouTube API quota just to make sure that I'm not going over the limit. Nope, still pretty good. All right, that's great, because this is the first live stream that I'm doing both with the front characters and the game characters. So I was thinking maybe I'd have some issues with the API quota, but apparently not. Still pretty good. All right, so that's great. So I can do it more often. Okay, right, so... what was I going to do? Right, the leaderboards. All right. So let me go into the leaderboard here. I've got templates. Let me actually make a container. So I don't want everything to be a container. And let me actually just copy this inside the because this one is being right. So I actually got to move that one inside the container and paste the component, okay, and keep the leaderboard UI, okay, good. So the template, all right, but for the size, how did I not put? Yeah, this one should be anchored on the right side for the score text. Okay, and on the container, let me make them a tiny bit smaller. Okay, let me just change this so that the templates are spawned on the container, so private transform for the container. And let me just find it. So equals transform find my container. And then when I spawn it, so down here, spawn it not on the transform, but on the container. Okay, just so that I can now add in a simple title. So let me add a UI image. It's going to be the background. Oh crap, I can't see behind the people, right? Can players control their avatars? Not on the overlay. On the overlay, they just randomly, but on the game, yep, that's the whole point of the game. So yeah. Okay, so let's go up there. So 0, 0. I'm just. Didn't I change it? I did. Put that one on 200. 0, 0. Yeah, this one is a bit messy. Okay, so now it is working correctly, I think. Though this one should be, yeah, the template should be inside the container. Right, I'm just going to have some issues later on, but yeah, exactly. I better do it like this. So put the template inside the container, and that's it. I'm not using transform for anything. Okay, so let me just put the background, put it in black and like this, and move the container downwards. So now I can essentially go up here, add a new UI text. So this is the leaderboard, anchor it up there, put in bold, disabled. All right, maybe a bit smaller, because I want to say leaderboard and then the number of characters. Let's leave space for 100. Just push it to the side and okay. All right, let me just move that one a bit down, and then the container like this. Except that one is different. No, okay, like this, it's good. Okay, anyway, so like this, it should be working exactly the same as previously. Someone asking, I just barely saw it, can it be done with Twitch? Yep. The Twitch API is pretty much the exact same thing as the YouTube. Well, the same thing. It's the they've got the same. They work. They've got the same commands pretty much. So yes, you can read chat from Twitch through an API. So yep, you can do this as well. All right, great. So look at that. So I've got the characters out. Okay, so first of all, I want to be able to have a total in there. So on the leaderboard. This is the leaderboard UI that I'm accessing the leaderboard instance. Got the player list. Okay, let me just do a public int get player count and really just return the player list count. So very simple. And then up here, whenever a player is added, let me grab the private text mesh pro GUI for the title text. And for the title text, transform find. I'm going to name it the title text and get component text mesh pro GUI. All right. So that's the title text. And let's do a private void update the title. Title text. And title text.text equals leaderboard. And then go into the leaderboard, access the instance, get the player count, and then close the thing. Okay, so update the title text, and I do that on start, and then do it when a player is added. All right. So I just gotta name it like this, and it should be working. Let me go here, instead of text, it's the title text. All right, so let's see if that says the number of people that are currently in game. So start listening, and it should start, and people start to show up. And there you go. All right, 4 people. Okay, great. By the way, if you just joined, the way the game works is essentially I place down some flags. Each flag is a command, and then you as the player just type that command into the chat, and your character will do that thing. So right now I'm still in the early stages of development, so there's not much to do. But yeah, if you go in there, you start gathering some stone, If you go down there, you start gathering some wood. If you go in there, you're going to build this building, and if you go in there, you're going to build that one. So there you go. Look at that, the progress bar. And after a while, it gets built. And there you go. Now that building has been built. Now the thing that I still need is to destroy flags, because right now the building is built, so there's no point in that one. So there you go. A bunch of people gathering iron, a few people gathering some wood, and down here the buildings. So yeah, if you just joined, then this is kind of the game that I'm trying to build, that I've been trying to build for the past few live streams. There you go. It's a very interesting mix, kind of like an RTS where I play as the commander and all of you play as each individual unit. So it's a interesting thing. Any thoughts on how to prevent chat spam? Well, I mean, you can't really prevent people from saying commands because that's the whole point of thing. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's solvable. But essentially what I've done is down here on the characters, they are showing the message in the chat, and they are smart enough to ignore all the commands. So all of that spam does not show up on the check boxes. So that alone is pretty good. Okay, anyways, the leaderboard, yep. So I got 39 units alive right now. All right. So another thing that I want is the leaderboards to be sorted. So, yeah, okay. Are you using dots in your projects? Nope, not yet. I haven't touched dots in well, over a year now. So yeah, it's been quite a while. I definitely want to get back into it, but yeah, dots is pretty complex, so it does require quite a lot of effort to get back into it. So, but hopefully soon, because it's some awesome tech. So definitely want to get back to it as soon as possible. All right. Anyway, so on the leaderboards, let's make it work and make it sorted, which is actually going to be slightly tricky. Let me think, how am I going to do this? Ooh, that's actually going to be tricky. Okay, let me think. Because essentially the order in there is by the sibling order. So. Okay. Because I've got the player list. Alright, this is going to be a bit tricky. Let me try to think. Because I've got the players, yeah, sure. So I can get the full player list. And I can sort it. Well, I guess one of the things that I'm definitely going to need is a dictionary. Dictionary of leaderboard.player, and then the transform for that player. So player transform dictionary. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm going to need. Now on that one, when I add a new one, I create a new single transform. I do whatever, sure, yeah. Then I do that one for this player equals this single transform. All right. Long comment. Yeah, there's a maximum. So yeah, all of those exploits no longer really work, which is great. Because that live stream, that was fun, but yeah, it definitely descended into chaos. Okay, so when the player gets added, let me get into that. Now I gotta sort that out. So, let me try to think. I'm trying to think, do I handle the sorting just on the UI or on the leaderboard itself? Where would it make most sense? Because then the issue is going to be that one. It's going to be about the thing. Because I really don't want to duplicate it here, but on the same time, on the leaderboard might not make sense. Oh, okay, never mind. First do it, then I'll clean it up if it's necessary. Okay, so anyways, so a public void sort player list. And oh crap, now I don't remember. How do you do sorting? Ah crap, how was that one? Because I haven't worked with this in quite a while. It uses a comparison. What is a comparison? It's a delegate that takes a T and an X. Alright, so let's see if I remember how to do this. What was it? It takes a what? It takes two T's, right? Exactly, it takes a T for the X. So a player X, player Y. So this is the comparison. Actually, does this one, it returns? No, it just sorts it. Okay. Yeah, sort item 1, item 2. Yeah, exactly, that's it. So now here, return x.score under y.score. Or maybe it's the reverse. I'm not sure. So we shall see. Oh, it's not that. It's the difference. So x.score minus y.score. Okay, anyways, so then on the other side, let me just link up on the logic first. So, well, I don't want to run it on every frame. That's going to be way too wasteful. So let me make a function periodic. So using my utilities, super useful. Make a function periodic, create one. And over here, I'm going to sort. So go into the leaderboard instance and sort the player list. And then, well, then the thing, yeah, I'm going to need that. So let me make one to return the player list. Public list of player, even though that's not very nice, but sure, get the player list. Just return the player list. And then here, I can go into the leaderboard instance to get the player list. It's going to be a list of leaderboard.player. Okay, so I've got this. Then I do a for each leaderboard player in the player list. And for each of them, actually not a for each because I'm going to need the index. So maybe k4 int I equals 0 less than the player list dot count. And I grab the player from the player list on this index. And now in here, I just need to find the transform dictionary of that player. And then I'm going to set the sibling index, that's the one, into that one. Okay. All right, so I think this might be working. Not entirely sure. Maybe. So it sorts the player list. All right, well, let's see if there's any issues. Look at that, all those people gathering. Look at that, 5,000 wood and 7,000 stone. That's fun. Okay, so let's see all that working. Okay, let me just place down some gather flags because those give some easy points. So there you go, there you go. Cost is already going to gather and gaining something, so just needs someone else. All right, it is working. It's reversed, but it does seem to be working. Yep, there you go. 8, 9, 13. All right, so it is working. Let me just swap that out because it's actually the opposite of what I want. So let's make the y score minus the x score. Okay, come on, come on. Let's go. Start listening, gather, and gather. Gather, gather. There you go. All right. Okay, there you go. All of them with 0, and yep, there you go. All right. Okay, so that's awesome. And it's sorting on every half a second, so it's actually quite performant. So in terms of performance, I'm still capped, so yep, everything's looking good. All right, there you go. So yes, that is interesting. So now the leaderboard is working. Got a list of all the people, so currently 29 characters, and all of them nice and sorted. So then, of course, that's going to be a very tricky design problem, figuring out how to give score. Because, for example, if you go from gather into build, then the people will just stay there forever. They won't get the most score. How to stop spinning? Well, you just go and do something different. So just go to build, and you'll move there, stop spinning, and build until that one is built, and all of those just stand still. And then let's place a defend flag right down the middle and spawn a bunch of zombies. There you go, they're coming from there. And look at there. Those poor people, they're trying to build and the zombies are attacking them. That's not nice. Right. Okay. Alright, yeah, all the interactions in here are already working. Okay, so yeah, the leaderboard sorting. Thought that was gonna be much harder, but actually it did turn out quite well, quite nice. I hadn't done sorting in quite a while, but yeah, remember it quite quickly. Alright. Spawn a bunch more zombies, a bunch more. There you go, way too many. Look there, all the people gathering, and just go. Yep, there you go. So after a while, this definitely becomes very chaotic. But yep, all the logic works. Got some stone, got some wood, got a bunch of people building, a bunch of people defending. So yep, that's gonna be interesting. Total of 36 people, and with the leaderboards all nicely sorted. Yep, all of it looking really good. Okay, make flags on minimap. Yeah, I definitely gotta add everything important to the minimap. Yeah, right now it's very basic. Okay, alright, let me just look at my list. Okay, then I still need drop some storage, need to do some AI idle. Yeah, I think, what time is it? Yeah, it's already 4:30. Okay, so I think this will be it for now. Then in the meantime, I gotta work on adding some pathfinding so I can finally start to build upon some of the more these things. Essentially, I first need to add pathfinding so that I can then make the buildings for making some walls. So then it becomes more interesting to see when the zombies attack. Essentially tell a bunch of people to go to the walls. Then obviously those people, the attacks aren't only going to be just punches. So going to get some range attacks, some range things, maybe some mounted weapons. So yeah, quite a lot of interesting things that I can still add. And a lot of those are going to depend on having pathfinding implemented. So yeah, I'm going to have to get that. Because everything else, yeah, a bunch of waves. Yeah, those are good. The individual leaderboard, the individual score. Yep, that looks good. So what else? Right, the rest mechanic. I still gotta think about that. Then the players dying and respawning. Yep, that's another thing that I gotta implement. Then making some better equipment. Yep, that's another one. The multiple zombie types, multiple character types. And yeah. Alright, so yeah, I still got my design here. Still a lot of work left to do. But yep, considering how I just started this game sometime in the middle of this week. So I've only worked on this for like, I don't know, 7-8 hours, something like that. So yeah, in all that time, I already made quite a bit. Look at that, someone trying to exploit the score. Yeah, that doesn't really happen. That doesn't really work. Alright, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. This is a good start. I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to try to keep it a mix of doing a bunch of work on camera and a bunch of work off camera. So it's gonna be, I think this is going to be an interesting, more longer term project. I have no idea when the whole thing will be done. So yeah, but it should be interesting. So if you want to be notified, hit the bell icon because all the live streams are not planned ahead of time. So if you want to know, just use that. And okay, all right. So got a lot of work to do, but yep, it's going to be interesting. All right, so yeah, so thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. Thank you all for being here on a Saturday afternoon. I hope this was interesting and educational. So yeah, nice, fun. All right, so yeah, so this was interesting. So I'm gonna go out and essentially continue working. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so again, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.